My mate Gary has asked me to maybe chat for a minute or two or three or four or five about a subject close to my heart, or otherwise. And in this instance, I've been, asked many a time in recent weeks to talk about, my father Jim. So I thought, well, we'll try it again today, because I think the man deserves a hearing. My father Jim, Scottish, born 1890 something, went to school in Glasgow, World War I broke out, joined the Royal Navy, went to sea for about 5-6 years, returned home to Broomfield Road in Springbun, which is in Glasgow. So what happened between the time that he returned home and the time that he got on board a ship in Scotland and came to Australia in 1923, that is the mystery as far as I'm concerned. And I can't find anything else about it from anybody else, because in fact my siblings have died. And we have never been closely in touch with the Glasgow majority of the clan, Maguire, because for various reasons, unknown to me, I think that they were rather disgusted that the oldest boy in the family, Maguire, had behaved in such a, inappropriate way, because he was a drinker, that in fact he left Scotland 1923 and came here to Australia. And there was no contact much between the Glasgow Maguires and the Melbourne Maguires. During World War II, they would send food parcels, believe it or not, because it usually went the other way when you sent food parcels from Australia to England or Scotland. But they sent them here because they knew that my poor mother would be in dire straits with a drunken husband. They wouldn't send money because in fact they knew that the money could end up in the bottle and not spent on food for the family. Anyway, that's the kind of thing I'm trying to do. It's almost, I'm calling it the redemption of my father Jim, because I haven't got that many facts to go on, and I'm having to do a bit of imagining. I don't mind that, because I think that more things are wrought by imagination than this world dreams of. We seem to think we're such highly qualified, rational beings that we can think through everything. But I think it's time for us to spend a lot of time and energy on imagination in unravelling the story in which we are only one player. You know, the whole world is a stage and we are strutting our story only for a very brief time. So there he is. I mean, I don't know what you can see. On the back of that picture is the writing, "This is supposed to be me and Bobby." Why would he write, "This is supposed to be"? Well, there is that dark Scottish sense of humour, I suppose, which doesn't say things straight out. It beats around the bush. You're not sure whether it's meant to offend or whether it's meant to confuse, probably, because I think the poor man, would have had to use a lot of confusion. He was already confusing because he was at least a drunk, if not an alcoholic. And therefore had lots of, I can hear him singing now, "You take the high road and I'll take the low road." And he used to declaim Shakespeare. To be or not to be, that is the question. So lots of stuff was hidden behind his performance as a street philosopher, under the influence, as so many performers are, under the influence of something or other, whether it's a performance enhancing drug like alcohol, allegedly performance enhancing, or whether it's just a naturally generated euphoria. Anyhow, it's a big job, and I'm glad to share with you just a minute or two or three of this project. So thank you and goodbye.